Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel, or for the first time if you're new around here. My name is James, aka Widowed, and in this video I'm going to be going over a little bit of everything that has been released so far about Gridmaster. It's currently the day before launch. In about 25 hours I'll be trying to log in and probably failing because Jagex account, but hopefully we'll be off to the races by that point. And there's still so little of the grid that's actually been revealed, so I'm not just going to go over what has been officially posted here on the grid, but also the clues that they've left along the way for us to maybe guess some of the other tiles, and some of the leaks that people have found, because the leaks that they found corroborated with tiles that have since been released, so it makes me more inclined to believe the newer batch of leaks as well. So we're going to talk all about all that in this one, and a bit about my own plans as well. I'm not going to do like a full step-by-step simulation of the run, but if you do want to know what my route is, there is a link to this spreadsheet in the description of the video. It's got all of the tasks, the requirements and rewards listed, and I'll be updating it as soon as I have that information before launch, as well as a golden god path to quickly alch up to a max cash stack, and my own route, which within the first 30 steps both completed this first column, as well as both of these tiles, this tile and this tile, for some juicy benefits and a shit ton of money. So yeah, I've got a nice route picked out here. Like I say, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it basically involves rushing anything that's beneficial early, and the reason I don't really want to make a video going through it all is because there's still so many tiles unreleased that will probably affect my pathing, and I will talk about what I think some of those might be and how they might be useful. But yeah, we're looking to speedrun basically all the easy tasks in the first couple of hours, as well as a couple of the medium ones like here, and then work towards things with nice rewards that are easy enough to get, like the demonic throne thing. So, with my plans just put to one side, let's talk about the actual grid and what we know. First of all, we get all three of the gathering relics. You don't have to pick one and stick with it for the entire time. You get all three. You just have to chop a maple log, complete the tutorial, and mine a gold ore. So that's something that I've factored into my plans, and I'm sure you want to factor it into your own. Perhaps a lot of people are going to go for either the pickaxe or the axe first, so that they can complete one of these other tasks and get the next one, and then complete the other task to finally get the harpoon last. Personally, I'm going Animal Wrangler first. That's just because I don't want to have to bother going to get a fishing rod and some bait before going to get my trout for Death Plateau. Like, that's my weird plan, and I'm fine with it, because I don't think I'll really, I'm not planning to do any mining. I'm planning to get mine gold ore by just sharing it with other skills, which we'll talk about in a bit. But yeah, you get all three gathering relics. You just have to pick which order you want to do them in. So the most logical thing is probably either pickaxe or axe first to go into one of these tasks, then do the other, then do the other. It's not what I'm doing, but it is probably the most logical thing to do. Aside from those, this is a 500 total level, and it's got a weird reward behind it. You get 25k XP lamp, which, if you've completed this entire column, you're at plus 200% XP, which puts you to a total of 7 times. You start off at 5 times XP, for what it's worth. So if you claim the whole column before using this lamp, unless it doesn't let you do that, then this lamp will be 175k. If you can't claim the column first, then it's still 125k, which is nice, but if it's 175, that's enough to get you all the way from 1 to 55 in any skill. Any skill. Sorry, excuse me. I just had a burger. Finally. Or not finally, but at the top here as well, from killing an ogress. We had that tile before. I don't need to go over the ones that I already went over in the last video, really. So ogress, lesser demon, you already knew those, I believe. I think we went over the alk one in the last video as well. But it's worth noting that now we have access to Golden God, and that is something that you definitely want to rush as soon as possible. Personally, it's number 18 in my list, and from 12 to 17 is just things to prepare for it, basically, to get the 50 thieving level. Because that is all you need to do. You need to get 50 thieving and obtain some valuables from a house in Valamor. So you pickpocket the house keys from one of the wealthy citizens, get some valuables, and that's it. You've got Golden God. You don't even need the magic level to alk. You can just start alking from level 1 magic, get passive XP, it auto alks, start making infinite cash as well, then boost your prayer later. So Golden God is a massive part of everybody's early game. Make sure you get that 50 thieving ASAP. And we talked about this combatant tile in the last video, where you can share your combat XP. They've since also released a craftsman skill that lets you share between the artisan skills, and a gatherer one which lets you share between the different gathering and support skills. So you can get up to 9 skills linked in these little triplets here, which is pretty cool, and again part of my plans later down in the sheet here. You know, I'm personally planning on taking mining along with fishing and thieving, so that when I'm grinding thieving for Golden God, I'm also hitting 46 mining and fishing just from... No, sorry, 43 mining and fishing just from hitting the 50 thieving level that I need for Golden God anyway. That's my plan. You could take any as the other two. I just want to get the mining and fishing done, because then I'll have the fishing level for Temperos, which could unlock me the craftsman tile, and I'll have the mining level for the gold tile that that's how I'm planning to do. And then, yeah, the other one, sorry, to do this, all you have to do is witness the crab burrow away, so you can do this super early. It is number 8 in my list. Probably the first one I'll get done, assuming there is drama at the lesser demon. I fucking hate my scroll wheel. Yeah, if I don't get a lesser demon, that'll be my first task, killing the crab, or at least hitting the crab and then waiting for it to burrow. Well, hitting it till it burrows. Anyway, you do that for the Gatherer perk, and you get the Craftsman perk from doing 1 Temperos, so that's why I want those fishing levels as well. So, getting the crab, then getting thieving, fishing and mining, be able to get these 2 tiles after that, bing bang bomb, we're on our way. Golden God for infinite cash and prayer, that'll help us to do a Briar Fighter kill. You have to farm a Mossy Key first, because you need it to get into her lair for the first time, but it doesn't consume it, so you can still use it on the chest. And at 8 times drop rate starting, I think a Mossy Key is like 1 in 100, so it's going to be like 1 in 12, roughly. Mental math, that's probably wrong. Something like that, 1 in 12 and a half, I think. 1 in 13, call it. It's not that bad to get a Mossy Key, and you'll be able to kill them very easily early on, just using fire spells, if nothing else. And for killing Briar Fighter, you get +1 to all of your combat masteries. If you didn't play it in the previous league, the combat masteries, you had to pick, like, basically to go down a melee tree, a range tree, or a magic tree, and upgrade that style. And you could put, like, 6 points in one and 4 in another, or go 6-3-3, or whatever. In Gridmaster, we're going to have level 6 all. We're just going to gain 1 level at a time, or maybe multiple at a time for harder content, I don't know. But all of your combat masteries increase by 1 tier at the same time. So you get melee 1, ranged 1, and magic 1 all off the bat. This is going to be super nice. It just basically means you're never going to use ammo or charges or runes. So everything's going to be free, effectively, and you get a ton of nice effects from this: faster attack speed, piercing prayer, extra healing. Every single step of the combat masteries that you get up is just going to make you an absolute machine, and to get the first one up from Briar Fighter is certainly a nice little benefit to shoot for. Other than that, there's a few hard ones in the corner here. We've got defeat all 4 awakened bosses, which is probably going to be the last task for me. And it gets you the ugly as fuck battle hat, in my opinion. Build a demonic throne, needing 99 construction without boosts. And that will get you the Thunder Kopesh. Definitely something I'm going to be rushing. Basically, once I get to the bottom of here, I'm hoping... I'm sorry for my scroll wheel, everyone. Once I get to, like, the bottom of my list, I'm hoping that I've found the tile that gives Banknote. Hopefully it's Banknote, we can get it. I'm sure it will be there, we'll talk about it in a little while when I get to predictions and speculation. But yeah, I'll be rushing 99 Con as well, and get my hands on that Kopesh for a sweet way to train. I think that's about all that's on the grid that's super relevant. Speedrun the Inferno as well. 30 minutes or less, you get the Guardian Girlfriend. Very nice tool to have. And I don't think it was in the last video, but it got revealed like the day after. You can get any purple from Tombs and turn it into an additional mega rare as well. So if you get an actual shadow, then you get a shadow and a T-bow just like that. Kind of pog. We've also got an XP multiplier for this that I already mentioned, this column. We know the Sunlit Braces and the Sunlit Spear are tied to this column, but we have no idea what else is here. And this is the Dog Sword, but again, we don't know the full column just yet. So that's all the official stuff, and my plans as well, sort of covered. Again, link to this in the description of the video. Let's talk about leaks. So, there have been a number of leaks found, and like I said, a lot of these tiles that have recently been revealed were originally leaked, so it does corroborate. However, they did also potentially start putting some troll images in here to fuck with the leakers. So how much of this that you didn't just see before I went to this screen, how much of this is actually in there is up for debate. I just have to preface that this is speculation. These are potentially leaks other than the things that you've already seen on the Jagex website. I don't think we're going to get a little egg with a party hat. Honestly, who knows? I've just realised my mouse cursor's not showing as well. Let me fix that real quick. Capture cursor. Boom. I hope I wasn't pointing at things too much before, because y'all wouldn't have been able to see it. But yeah, there's some stuff that we still don't know, like this was an early leak before they started trolling us, but I don't think they'd have a max cape on a medium tile next to a 99 construction hard tile. That seems really weird, so I have no idea what this is. Maybe it's just getting to max island, but it still feels like they should be switched around, to be honest. I don't know. Yeah, this egg thing, no idea what that's meant to be. The scrambled quest, obviously, is something to do with the way to it, but I don't know what the reward itself is. And then we've got a few weird ones here. The Banana Brew. This is like a Brewdoo nerd, I think. Tyranwin. Prifdinus. Unlock. Like full Song of the Elves completion, so you don't have to actually do it. A tuna potato ring. The egg with the party hat that I already mentioned. And then there's a baked potato over here as well that people were saying was maybe a rotten potato, but I don't buy that myself. So there's lots of weird things here. There's also some others that aren't as weird, but we're still not quite sure on. The Moonlight Moth here, the Fancy Boots, and the Golden Feather in particular. Oh, and this Steamforged Brew here. These were all sort of given as clues in the website. They weren't, like... I don't know if the icons were leaked as well and known to be, like, line up. I'm not sure exactly how these leaks were obtained, I just found the image that people were using as the latest one. So these are sort of like guesses based on clues that Jagex has given us, like little riddles, which makes them feel a bit more solid. And apparently this golden feather is tied to Friendly Forager, which might mean you need to do Merlin's Crystal and the Holy Grail pretty early on. Like, because this is speculation, it's unconfirmed, it's not in my route yet, for example. But if this is, do Holy Grail, get Friendly Forager, that's going to move real high up in my list. Up to just after I get Golden God, probably. Like, I don't want to spend any time not getting foraged herbs if I can be getting foraged herbs as well. The boots here, this is the one that I feel like maybe doesn't link, because I think the boots are going to give us Sage's Greaves, the agility thing that gives you agility XP just for running around. But if this is to be believed, it gets you a TP ring, a tuna potato ring, or a teleport ring, a TP ring. And that's all I believe this is. I don't know if it'll actually look like this, or if this was just a joke. I think there's definitely some stuff going on with acronyms that they've done in this to, like, teasers. And speaking of which, I may as well just overlay my predictions here. So, I think this baked potato is BP blowpipe. I think that's a blowpipe tile, and you can do Zulrah with Regicide completed, not Song of the Elves. You don't need Song of the Elves. So if you can do Zulrah and get a blowpipe, and that unlocks Prifdinus, then you don't need to do Song of the Elves, you only need to do up to Regicide. That could be pretty cool, and it's thematic and makes sense. So I think this one is the blowpipe, and the other one over here I had is the Broodoo Nerd. Banker's Note, BN. We haven't seen Banknote anywhere, and we need it, and I hope it's here. I think it is. I think it's going to be right there, personally. I think this is going to be a TP ring, whether or not it looks like that. And this Moonlight Moth, it might be a Moonlight Moth, because they gave us hints towards that as well. But it also could be MM for Monkey Madness, which would tie in more with a Banana Brew, potentially. No idea what the Banana Brew is. A lot of people are saying they think it's going to be like the Corrupted Shark, you know, just infinite brew. But personally, I don't see that, because we already have the Corrupted Shark. The benefit of a brew is that it's lots of hit points in one inventory slot, but we already have infinite hit points in one inventory slot. Sure, it can overheal you as well, but so can Anglers, and you can just take like one brew for overheals if you need to, you know? It'll last you a bit. So I don't personally think this is going to be a heal thing. I think it's more likely to be something like a Moonlight Potion, but it's made with just bananas in a vial of water, or something like that. And maybe that's where the tie-in sort of comes. I don't know. Maybe like an overload type thing. Hopefully that'd be really cool. Again, these are all just guesses, folks. I have no idea what this tile's meant to be at all. I don't think anyone really has much clue about this one. But yeah, those are the ones that I think, acronyms-wise, we could have Monkey Madness here. But Banknote and Blowpipe from Baked Potato and Broodoo Nerd, I think, are probably correct. Right, here's some complete guesses from me. Reminder again that this is entirely speculation. This one is from a clue that they posted about the least important of the 6 brothers. So I figure it's just kill Barrows, like just do a Barrows run, and it's whenever you kill the one in the cave, like the last one that spawns, or whatever, like you'll get the reward. And I'm guessing it's probably a combat mastery, because we've got 6 of these to gain somewhere, if we're assuming that we only get one at a time. I think Jad will probably also give you one of these. I could see it being like here, maybe like here and here, or a Jad task over here. But yeah, these are kind of just guesses that this is where we're going to get them from, but we know that this is probably a Barrow's task of some sort because of the hint they gave us. As to, like, where Scurious is, this could be anywhere. It could be here. I don't think it is, but this is like a place where it would fit as an easy task. There's not that many spots for easy tasks left open if we consider everything else. That being said, this is assumption. This could not be here. This might not be here. So this and Scurious might swap places, or the Gnome Ball might swap places. These are all just guesses. Keep that in mind. But I think we're going to see a Gnome Ball here, because they said this is the one that we saw really early, but it's often overlooked. It's either a Gnome Ball or a Cabbage, and my guess is, to be honest, I think it would make more sense for this to give you the TP ring, and for the boots to give you the boots, the Sage's Greaves. But it appears that these are pre-linked based on whatever the leaks found, so maybe it's the other way around is my next best guess. And then as far as dodgy deals is concerned, I'm really hoping we get this. We haven't seen it yet, but they know how much everybody loves auto pickpocket, so surely they're going to go for it. And I've put a coin pouch here. I think it's just going to be like open 28 coin pouches at once. It's a typical League style challenge that they often do, like a League's task for that sort of thing. And there was something one of the JMods said in a video, the Q&A stream, about the first thing they would be doing is pickpocketing men. Now, personally, like, that could just mean they're trying to get up to 5 thieving so they can go do the next thing. Or it could mean there's a task for that as well that they're trying to unlock to make the rest of their thieving easier in that pursuit. So I think dodgy deals is probably going to exist. There's no way they give us get 50 thieving and rush it and don't give us dodgy deals to go with it. If it doesn't, you can just quest it pretty easily anyway. But yeah, I think this is going to be somewhere on the grid, whether or not it's in this exact position or not. The same as I think Scurious is going to be there. And then I've just got a couple of red tiles here. This Cerberus one seems to be a theory that a lot of people are latching onto. It was based on the hint that was given, saying enter, 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 and like 3 heads. There's 3 entrances to his cave as well. It was like dare, 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 enter, 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 or something like that. And what are those hints suggesting? That we might get like the max of Vernic Treads just from killing Cerberus. If so, that's definitely a nice one to pick up, and certainly easier than some of the other hard tasks that are around. That being said, Demonic Throne is a hard task, and that's simple as piss. So. And then I think we're going to get raids. I think the Theatre of Blood raid is here, because there was a hint about blood, sweat, 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 tears on this tile. And I assume we'll get a mega rare voucher for it, whether it's the same as TOA, where you just have to get a purple, I don't know, but I think there will be a tile for all 3 raids, and I think this one goes here, which annoyed me at first, because I was like, why did they just put them in the 3 corners? But then I thought about it, and they probably don't want the raids to have crossover for row and tile rewards, so if they spaced it here, here, and here, then they'd all be in completely separate rows or columns. You wouldn't have anything to worry about. So I think that is what they've done. But it's just a guess. I reckon, though, that these are going to be red tiles with Ohm up there and Tob down here. But yeah, that is about all for my guesses. There's still so much we don't know. I'm going to be updating my sheet. And if you want to see, like, what route I'm actually planning to take, like I say, I'm not doing a simulation. I'm not doing a run on a speedrun world right now. But you can tune in. I'll be doing it live. I'm planning to stream tomorrow from whenever the grid gets released. I'm going to go live as soon as we have the information, talking about shit until the servers are up, and then playing. and I'll be live until I can literally no longer stare at pixels, and hopefully rushing through most of these tasks along the way. So hopefully I'll see you guys in chat. Make sure to come along and say hello. Alright, that's going to be it for this one. If you have any questions, I'll do my best to answer them in the comments below. Make sure to hit that like button as well, really does help out the channel, and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss any of the future content. I'm going to be smashing out Gridmaster to try my best to definitely not get one of those top 3 spots. I will be racing as fast as I can, but I'm just being realistic. It's probably not going to happen, is it? But we'll see. Hopefully I'll see you all for the ride. I'll stop nattering now. Until next time, look after yourselves. Be lovely to one another. I'll see you on the next one.